Hey y'all, it's Down on His Luck Chuck from upstate New York. I'm here to sell some of these calendars, real cheaps. These are Dollar Tree calendars. I'm selling them for $5 a piece. $5, $5, $5, $5, $10, $5. You want to buy some calendars for the Calander Girls thing? Just come to Down on His Luck Chuck, behind the nearest dumpster to you, from upstate New York.
And this is the Calander Girls. Please enjoy in moderation.
Alright everyone, hey, Calander Girls collaboration is brought to you by me, Simply Blessed Crafts, hosted also by Craft Away with Jay, and our guest host this month is Craft Away with May. So I am honored to have her in our collab this month. Project number 1. You guys, we're going to get into some more junk journaling. Since we are doing calendars, we're going to have some fun, guys. I've been really inspired by some calendars, and we are going to have some fun. So we are going to do harvest. So you saw me do that calendar. That calendar actually came from Walmart. And this paper pack here that I've had in my stash for a while. So I don't know if you'll be able to find it, but I believe I got that from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It's kind of like the farmhouse kind of look. It has a bunch of wood designs and all that stuff. And we're going to grab a ruler right here and we're just going to tear. I saw a bunch of people doing this. I've been watching a lot of junk journaling people on YouTube lately, and I've been having fun. So here I'm going to use the border as well as this picture. You saw me fussy cut that pretty design out earlier with all the pumpkins and everything of our little harvest little area there. And now we're going to use these wood planks that we, whatever you call it, ripped out of our paper pack. And we're going to use some Tim Holtz and dark espresso. And I'm just going to dark up the edges and stuff, make it look cool. And I'm also going to use this border. Now, I really liked the green in this. And I do like the gold edges. Some of that kind of got covered up a little bit, but that's all right. But I really liked the gold edges, or the green in this. I really liked the olive. It's kind of like an olive green. It's kind of one of my favorite greens. So we're going to use that as well. And we're just going to go along this. I do end up eventually cutting out a bunch of this gluing because it gets a lot of repetitive. But we're just basically going to glue this down with some glue stick here. And just kind of line it up here. I do really like, this kind of gives it kind of a yellowish color. And then we're going to put down our little harvest sign here. Now our harvest sign, we are going to kind of have towards this side, but we're going to have an overlap in the middle here. But I am going to use it as a pocket, you guys. I've been inspired to do pockets more often. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of people doing junk journaling and doing paperworks and stuff like that. I'm gonna have a haul here one of these days too, really soon, of some of the stuff that I've been picking up, you guys. I am going gaga over this stuff. It's been great. I've been having so much fun. Anyway, so I'm just gluing down the edges, and I do glue down the bottom of this as well. And then I leave the top open so we can put some little tags or ephemera or whatever we want to do inside of our little pumpkin thing. And then we're going to put another border up here on the top that we used for our calendar page here. And we're just going to glue that all the way around. I'm also going to kind of stuff this other piece of our calendar, oh my gosh, of our wood paper And we're going to use this for the other side over here to give it a little bit more kind of decoration and kind of cohesiveness to fill in, kind of goes with what we were doing on this other side. Now we're going to make our tag. Now I do make a pretty big tag. You don't have to make it one this big, but we have a pretty big pocket, so I figured why not. So this is where that brown kind of like paper comes in. It almost looks leather, and I think that's why I liked it. But I had some of the cardstock poster board left over from Just Our Imagination collaboration, so I'm going to use some of that, and we're going to make a really big tag for this. And I'm going to just cover it with that leather looking paper here. And I do go off camera, and I'm going to cut that down, all the excess stuff. I ain't going to show that to you because it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, this little calendar here came in one of the Dollar Tree calendar packs, or calendar things. It came with an extra, but it's calendar DIYs, so we're going to use it. I actually just ripped off, I think this one says, yeah, I ripped off the one that actually says September, just because we're in September and we're harvesting a bunch of our crops and stuff right now, which is why we're doing harvest. So I thought it would fit. I do dirty it up with some more of my espresso, and then this picture here came from Temu. This is one of the pictures that I got in one of my packs that I'm going to have to show you real soon here. But I decided I'm going to add a little bit of lace to the bottom of it. I thought it'd be really cute. I do eventually decide that I'm going to add some lace to the bottom of our junk journal page here too. And I do glue all the way around, or all the way through the 2 pages here. And I just keep it connected. I don't cut it off at all until I get to the end. Now I'm going to take my crocodile punch here, and I'm just going to punch a little hole, and then we're going to take some baker's twine, and we're just going to slip it through there and tie a little knot, basically. And then I'm going to add some beads to this. You don't have to do this, but I am going to add some beads to this. And then we just tie it off with a little knot up at the top, and voila. Now, I had this little Tim Holtz girl. I've had these in my stash for quite a while. I've had a good collection of them, but she's in the position of wanting to sit. So I was trying to figure out what I could put on here that she would sit on. I thought it would be really cute if I added a little mushroom, that she was going to sit on the mushroom. So I put the little mushroom down here at the very bottom, and I thought it would just be kind of cute for her just to be sitting on a little mushroom down here at the very bottom of our little tag. So here I'm going to cut out a little mushroom and rub it on. It's a rub-on transfer. And then we're just going to glue this cute little black and white girl right down onto our little mushroom. Just like that. And then we can put it in our lock pocket. Look at how adorable that is, guys. I mean, look at me. I mean, I was over the moon excited about this. So I had this big opening here on the journal right here where the pages bend and everything. So I was just like, okay, I want to fill something here, but I'm not quite sure. I don't want to ruin any of the ambiance of the picture. But I was like, well, I could put another of the September pages of this little like planner calendar thing. So that's kind of what we did there. So then I grabbed one of my magazines here, and I was just flipping through, and then I saw this, and it said Homegrown Harvest. And I'm like, okay, words, that'll work. So I cut that out. We're going to use some of these words for this. I also saw this little basket full of vegetables. Well, let's harvest some vegetables. Why not? So we're going to cut those out as well. Don't those cinnamon rolls look delicious? Ugh. I tell you. Flipping through some of these recipes, I'm like, Anyway, so we're going to glue down. I have to zoom out my camera a little bit. We're going to glue these down now. I'm going to rip that off, I guess. I'm going to show you that. Anyway, we're going to glue these down. I kind of wanted it to kind of be a little bit kitty wampus. So we kind of shift it a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing with our words here. Going to kind of kitty wampus them the other way. And I do darken them up a little bit, giving them a little, like it's been there for a while. They were a little too white for the background of them. Anyway, so now I grab some of my stickers and stuff that I have in my stash. I mean, we're also going to be harvesting some flowers and stuff like that in here. All that. So I also got this. This actually came from At Home with Chris. She made this. I bought it from her off of Whatnot. If you guys do not know, she has Whatnot. I have Whatnot. Go check us out over on Whatnot, guys. Anyway, I wanted to add this. It has apples. It's a basket of apples. And hey, if you got an apple tree, we're going to be harvesting apples as well for apple pies and all that stuff. Why not? We're going to put this on there as well. But we need a little pocket, another little pocket. So we're going to add a little pocket. So all I did was fold a couple little edges over on this little piece of paper and glue it down, guys. And perfect. Perfect. I did add a little piece of calendar piece to that as well. I didn't really show that, but it is what it is. And we're going to move on to project number 2. And you kind of see me just ripping pages out of another magazine, guys. So the corn, the beautiful harvest corn there. I was debating on that picture. Like I said, harvesting flowers. I was really debating on that picture. I'm just like, no, let's try to find something else. I was trying to think of like pumpkins, vegetables, apples, that kind of thing. I did end up finding this picture of the couple in the back of the truck with the flowers, and I'm like, that'll work. I did kind of like the flower idea, but I also really liked the idea of including a baked good, because you have to harvest the vegetables and the fruits in order to get some good baked goods. So I thought I'm going to cut out this apple. I believe it was like an apple turnover biscuit thing or something like that. They had biscuits on top of it, whatever. It looked phenomenal. So I actually cut that out as well. We're going to include that in another junk journal piece. This is where my pumpkins came in. I really liked these. It was one that we're selling on the truck, and then they had little pumpkin pies over here. They're really cute. Maybe they're apple pies. I don't know. And then there's had one that had fall y'all, happy fall y'all in there. We had to rip out another calendar page here, so we're going to do that. So this one is only on one side of my junk journal. The other side is already done. So we're just going to do one page this time on this one. So I just need this half little page here. And I just decided that we were going to just use the calendar page for the background this time. So I did that for just a background page. And then we're going to use this little corn picture for another pocket. I thought it'd be kind of cute. We could use that as a little harvest thing. We're going to trim it down a little bit because we don't need that big. And then I'm actually going to use it as a double pocket, to be honest with you. So we're going to glue down the bottom of it and then the side of it on right there on that side where the pages are. And then we're going to glue it on the bottom. And then I'm just going to glue down this one corner right here. And then we'll have the top and then the side for a pocket. Now I wanted to dirty up this calendar page. I wanted it to look like it's dirty. I wanted to make it look like, we're harvesting, we're in the midst of tracking dirt in, or whatever we wanted to do. I don't know. I also was in the mood to add lace to this, obviously. I grabbed my black lace and I'm like, this would look really cool, I think. So I added it to the side of my calendar page over here. And I thought it looked kind of cool with the black pieces of that yellow corn there. I don't know, it just kind of bringed that out. Here I kind of hem-haw around a little bit. I probably could have cut this out, but I didn't. I grabbed this piece and I was just like, do I want to stick it in the pocket or do I not? Do I want the couple up here with the flowers? No, I want the pumpkins being shown. So I'm going to glue them down up there on the corner. And I'm going to want the pumpkins being shown. Because we are in fall. Not saying that you can't harvest flowers for fall, but your main thing is going to be like apples and pumpkins and harvesting the vegetables and stuff. I really liked I thought the dessert in here was really kind of cool. But I wanted to make sure that the name was being seen, so I did put the name of the dessert down here, and you can pull it out of there. We are going to add a border from our other calendar piece that we had from previous. I still liked that green, so we're going to add that to the top of this one here just to finish it off. I did actually cut it just a little bit short, to be completely honest with you, but it works fine. Anyway, and then I didn't want those words covering or starting there, so I actually got a sticker out of my my supplies here, and I'm going to stick that down on there. I forget what it's called. It's Time to Make Magic, I think it was, but I ended up putting that the couple with the flowers inside that other pocket too, by the way, guys. Now, here I'm going to take that other piece of that leather-looking cardstock scrapbook paper, and I'm going to kind of just fold it. I do gotta make it even because it kind of was cut funny. I'm not the best at cutting straight. And then we're just going to basically just slide it right onto the 2 pages. So then when I come back and work on my junk journal again, the other page will have that tuck over again. So I can use that for my next time when I'm working. But I'm going to glue down the bottom and then the top. So again, this is another handmade pocket real quick. I can slide stuff in and out real easily. We're going to again get into another one of our calendars here. I kind of liked this border that they had up here at the top of this calendar here, so I'm just cut that off there. We're going to use that. And then we're going to kind of get into something else here. I think I grabbed, this fresh veggies one here. It has a bunch of vegetables, and I just basically fussy cut around as much as I could with the fresh vegetables. And we're going to glue that right down in this right here, kind of right in the crease area there, and then we're going to glue down our border along our pocket there. I thought that turned out really cute. This thing, I don't remember where I got this, you guys. I think it might have came off of Amazon or something, but I've had this in my stash for a good 3 years. but this is actually really nice. It has a bunch of really nice papers in it. It has a bunch of cardstocks and things that you can cut out and stuff. This is really nice, especially for junk journaling. These are really nice. I cut one of these out because, you know, we're going to be harvesting stuff out of the garden and stuff. I cut out the one that says time because I kind of felt like it was, I mean, granted, it's not spelled the same, but it kind of was like, you know, it's time to harvest, time's a wasting, kind of, I don't know, it kind of went with the whole, just kind of was cute. I ripped out the paper there because that's going to be our background. And then this was kind of really cool. It has the calendar things in the back. So we're kind of going off based on the calendar things again. I cut out September. And now we're going to put our background down. I did end up pulling up our calendar veggie thing because I should have thought about putting a background on this before we glued it down. And I didn't. But I didn't rip anything. Thank goodness for that. So I just kind of pulled it up a little bit. We're going to rip our background here, glue that down, get that all situated. Now I'm going to grab some washi tape and I'm going to go around the edges because the edges were kind of a little sticking up a little bit. Part of that was probably from the calendar there that I was using, and this cardstock, I probably should have pushed it all the way to the end and everything, but that calendar was kind of in the way. So I thought, you know, let's just put an edge of the washi tape around the edge of it. It kind of was getting caught up here then, and it was kind of rolling as soon as I started folding in. So I'm just kind of cutting that to where it wasn't going to roll on me when I used or when I put the veggies back down. That's kind of what I'm doing right there. Just kind of make it look flat, stuff like that. But it kind of gives it a little bit of a interesting look, texture wise and stuff like that. It's kind of like tags and like tickets and stuff like that. Then I'm going to glue down this little thing. This is going to be for like writing or anything like that. It is a junk journal. So when I want to come back and like write something in the future, I'll have a spot to write. I'm going to have spots to write anyway. You can write on the tags that you make and anything like that. Any little spot that you have blank, you can write. So that's kind of nice to have little spots in your junk journal to have to write little keepsakes and stuff like that. So I cut out the time thing, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to need another small little pocket to put the time thing in here, because I don't want to put it in the big pocket there. So I'm going to cut out this other little brown piece of spot here, and I was like, that's perfect. So we're going to put it over here, right by the tomato here. I didn't like that you kind of could see the word from the calendar anyway, so we're going to kind of cover that up. I'm just kind of ripping off the excess of our paper that I needed to do anyway. So now we're just going to glue down our edges like we've been doing, just to kind of make our little pocket. And like I said, you guys can fold in the edges to kind of make them look finished and everything, but this is a simple way to just make a cute little pocket. And like I said, you can stick your little fingers in there and everything. It works great. Now we're just going to decorate it up, guys. I got some of these stickers in my stash. These all came from either people that have given them to me, or I've got them off of Temu. This frame thing that I'm gluing down right now, that came from Temu. They're actually like frames. The sticker there, I believe that came from a friend of mine. That came from somebody. It's a little owl that I thought would just be really cute in here. And then these, all these little stickers and stuff, I believe just came in a pack of ephemera stickers from Temu and stuff. I honestly, some of these I've had forever, so I got cute little birds up there, and then roses. The little arrow I thought was kind of cool, but I don't know what that's supposed to be either. Here I decided I was going to put, before I stick the sticker down, I decided I was going to put another strip of that washi tape down there in the bottom. I thought it was too much white, so I decided I was going to put some more washi tape down there in the bottom to kind of fill that in. And now we're going to stick that sticker right over top of there. And then here I'm just going to kind of show you that I did stick in these 3 pictures that I ripped up before. It has the little fall y'all, and then it has the pumpkin or apple pie, I don't remember. But we're going to get into the final reveal, you guys. And I kind of go into a little bit more detail about what everything looks like, you guys. I'm kind of going to pull in stuff out and kind of show you a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoy doing the junk journaling, and I hope you guys get inspired by doing some of this stuff. I've gotten told by a few people that they've been getting inspired and they've wanted to try it. So this is going to give you a little bit more insight on the kind of stuff that you can do. Pockets is kind of stuff that is new to me, but it was so much fun that you can turn a pocket into anything. The tags is something that I'm kind of new at, but again, you can do any kind of thing on a tag. Just be imaginative. Any kind of magazines. Go to your local gas stations and stuff. Pick up free ones that are out in the little entryway. I found 3-4 of them today at just a local gas station that had articles in them that I think would be fun to have. So, I mean, go to your thrift stores, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to have a haul here pretty soon that will kind of go into some of the stuff that I've been picking up and stuff for ephemera. But yes, if you guys are into this, let me know, because then I know that you guys are into doing it and that you are enjoying what I'm doing, and I'll be able to put more out. I just want to know that this is stuff that you guys enjoy. But please go check everybody else out the playlist. See what they're going to do with their calendars. Go check out May, our guest host. I'm so happy that she was able to come over and join us. Go check out Yetta, and still pray for our sweet friend Jessica. I'm hoping that she'll be back here next month. God bless you guys all, and I will see you guys all in the next one. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye. Say goodbye to Ryan.